Hey, it's your boy Chango coming at you with another video. This one is Chris Distefano, Funniest Dad Stories, Part 1. I did a Chris Distefano video yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited about this one. Let's get right into it.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Dude, one time, this is another thing. I was like 7 years old, man, and I know this happened. I was 7 years old, and we went to my cousin's recital. So it's like all 7, 8-year-old, you know, like it's a girl recital, whatever. Families there, packed out auditorium. My dad took me there. It was just me and my dad. He had to watch. We had to watch my cousin, whatever. And he didn't want to be there. He was like fucking, whatever. And the instructor of the ballet school was like this really beautiful, like 25, 26, like she was a hot girl, a hot woman. And like we're just sitting back there, and I could tell he's 10. He's like, wow, this girl's got some fucking body, and like saying shit like that. And I don't know why he did this, but like we were in like the very last row.
She's 10.
No.
Oh.
No, the girls, the kids who were dancing around were like, 8, 9, 10 years old. But the instructor, is a grown woman.
All right.
And then the girls, the curtains close, and it's just the instructor on stage, and she's like, it's like pin drop silence, and she's about to say, for the intermission, she's like, refreshments for the intermission, and my dad just yells, "Show your bush!"
Come on,
man. He yells, "Show your bush!" I swear. And
how many people would you say
like
are
400? And we were in the dead last row in row C, and he yelled, "Show your bush!" and it was fucking wild. Yeah, and I remember like, "Show your bush!" and he didn't even like look at me or look around. He just like said it to say it, and then he was like, "Come on, I'll buy everybody candy." Yeah.
What was your dad? Why was he in jail all the time?
He was in jail because I think he was like organized. He wasn't in the mafia, but it was like organized crime related stuff where I think he, racketeering, collecting, money laundering.
Mafia
guy. He was like those guys, like they always sitting outside on the chairs in the movies. Like He's not in the cafe, but he's sitting down and be like, whoa, what are you here for?
He was connected.
So he would get scooped up and go to prison, every other year. And then my mother graduated from Columbia. My mother is an Ivy League graduate woman. So they met at a walkathon.
Your dad was a good-looking guy?
No, he wasn't. My dad's disgusting. His nickname is Tony Balls. Tony Balls. My dad's on dialysis. I swear to God, my dad's
his nickname was Tony Balls.
No, I swear to God, he would write Tony. Like if we would like sign in at like the Olive Garden or something like that, it'd be Tony Balls, and it'd be Ballz. And he would always write that. And then they met at a walkathon, and my mom was walking in the walkathon as a participant. There was like some cancer research thing, and my father was doing community service on the side of the walkathon. So my father that's where they met. One time my mom was dating this guy, and then I was 15 years old. My mom was dating this guy, and he dumped her and cheated on her and started dating the woman who lived directly across the street from our house. And that fucked my mom up. My mom every day was sitting, crying, looking out the window, like whatever. And my dad would come and pick me up Saturday mornings for baseball practice. So he comes Saturday. This had happened the weekend before. Say that happened on a Sunday. So my mom's crying every day. Saturday morning, my mom's sitting out, looking out the window, crying. Messed up from this breakup, and my dad comes into my room. I guess he had said hello to my mom, and he comes into my room and goes, "What's the situation? What's your mother crying for?" She's out there, and then it was funny because he was going back to school to get his GED, and so he was learning like a word of the day, and I don't know why I always remember this. He goes, she's out there crying like a schizophrenic. I was like, that's not what a schizophrenic would do, but I was like, I guess you learned about schizophrenia and what that is, and one of the symptoms may be crying. I was like, it's good, bravo, but that's not what schizophrenia. But he said to me, he was like, why is she crying? And I was like, oh, that guy she was dating, Rob, he dumped her, and he's dating the woman who lives directly across the street. And he was like, you gonna do something about that? I was like, I'm 15 years old, I have psoriasis. Like I was that kid, I was like that 15-year-old like nerdy kid. I was like, I break out in rashes when I have when I think there's a ghost in the house. I'm not gonna beat up a grown man. So my dad, it's true. So my dad is like, I'll be right back. I'm going to get us bagels. Don't come outside.
Don't come outside.
I swear that's what he said. And I was like, okay, well, now I'm definitely coming outside. So my dad goes across the street, rings the bell, gets this guy Rob out of the house.
Goodfellas.
Bro, that's exactly what it felt like. Beats the shit out of this guy. I swear, beats the shit out of this guy.
I think you told us on the crab feast.
And he beats the shit out of this guy. And then like we were right outside, my mother screaming like, "You're gonna kill him! Stop!" And he's like beating the shit out of him. And then he comes across the street, and I'm sitting there like terrified. He's like, "That was your job." I was like,
I was like, what? I'm 15.
Non-show business dad's advice
My
are the
dad,
best.
73, 74 years old, diabetic, heart condition, lives in New York. Now he just moved to Florida, the next epicenter. He's just following it. He goes, never smoked or drank a day in his life. Pandemic hits March. It's like April 1st. Nobody's supposed to see their elderly grandparents. He's like, I want to come see the baby. My daughter. He's like, I got to come see the baby. I can't fucking sit here anymore. I'm like, yeah, but you got to understand, like, you can't. Like, you're, old age. Like you're every condition that they say is going to kill you. You have them all. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm coming. I'm going to get on the bus. I was like, Dad, let me at least. I was like, let me at least come get you. He's like, I'm getting on the fucking bus. So he gets on the bus, shows up. He's got a mask on around his ear, right? I'll never forget. It was around his left ear. He just got it hanging. I'm like, did you take the bus like that? He's like, yeah. You got to have a mask on your person. That's what De Blasio said, the mayor. I go, but it has to be across your face. I was like, Dad, it has to be across your face. Yeah. And then he goes to me. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I thought June was Pride Month. I didn't know I had a gay son. And then I'm like, okay. And then he goes into my backyard and lights up a cigar. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, you haven't drank or smoked anything. And he was like, let me fucking tell you one thing here, Chrissy. He goes, nothing Chinese is ever going to take me down. He goes, my veins are red, white, and blue. And he lights up this cigar, I swear, and just starts coughing like an idiot. And I'm like, Dad, whatever.
He's not even a smoker.
He doesn't care. Then, he didn't even tell me then. I just call him one day, July 5th. I'm like, hey, you want to hang, just had a barbecue. By then, I'm like, we just had a barbecue in my house. I was like, you want to come by? We got some leftover food. He's like, oh, I'm in Tampa, Florida. I was like, what do you mean you're in Tampa, Florida? He goes, I moved here. I was like,
just drops it on you?
What? He's like, yeah, me and your stepmother moved here. Like, even right now, I could tell you the kind of dude he is. Like, 3 weeks ago, man, 3 weeks ago, he had to go to...
Wait, how old is he now?
Right now, he's 75 years old.
Okay.
Diabetic, 300 pounds, doesn't give a fuck. Christmas, it was Christmas Day, the day after December 26th. This dude's eating leftovers. He ate, half a tray of lasagna. He's a diabetic. Right in front of him. It was me, my dad, and my stepmom. Half a tray of lasagna in one sitting. 3 cannolis, a cup of coffee, and half a penny alla vodka with grilled chicken. And I was like, yo, Dad, slow down. And he was like, please. I didn't know I had a gay son. And then he's just shoveling
you're
more.
Gay
yeah, because I told him to watch his heart health.
You're gay.
He's like, yeah, I didn't know my son blows guys. As he's just shoveling the pasta in his mouth. Fast forward 10 hours, guy has to get rushed to the fucking emergency room with congestive heart failure. He's like gargling. And I'm
he really did?
I swear to God, man.
On that day?
Yeah, and then he's like when he talked, because he literally ate himself into congestive heart failure. Like the doctors were like, we've rarely ever seen this. This guy ate so much sodium that his body
fucking pussy.
Yeah, and then it was so funny because he's like gargling as he's talking, and even like him, I mean, this guy's got like machines that he's not out of the woods yet, but he's like talking like he's gargling. He's like, yeah. He's like, I guess I sound gay now. He's like gargling in front of the doctors. And he's like, and the doctors are like, what?
Yeah, they don't even know.
He's like talking shit to me, laughing. He's like, I sound pretty gay now.
Callbacks.
Yeah. He's like, what? I swallow some cum? And we're like, Jesus Christ! I swear, we were sitting there, and Mr. Perfect, the wrestler, Mr. Perfect, was in the row right in front of us, and my dad was trying to get him to autograph my ticket, and he just wouldn't. He would not autograph my ticket, man. Like, he just wouldn't. People were just being dicks back then. And then my dad was like cursing at him. Like, it was like a crazy fight.
During the fucking
the game. Like, not a fist fight, but my dad was like, you suck. And he kept calling him perfect. He was dropping the mister. He was like, you suck, perfect. You suck.
Nice. All right. So fucking, that was good. If you're wondering why this looks a little bit different, it's because I got technical difficulties going on right now. So pardon your boy Chango's dust. Anyways, this was pretty fucking entertaining. Chris Distefano, his dad should have been a comedian. Like, he sounds like a real winner. Fucking holy wow. Like, this dude is insane. I definitely enjoyed this because, like, the whole, like, show me your bush kind of thing. Sounds like he's the kind of guy that has no filter, right? He'll just say whatever the fuck he's thinking and just doesn't even care, There's something to be said about people like that, right? Like, everybody else is just fucking in their lane, like, following the rules, being like a thriving member of society or whatever, right? And this fucker just, I'm gonna do me, fuck you, right? And not that I'm saying that it's a good way to live your life, but, you know, I respect that. Holy wow. That dude, he's got some stories about his dad, and that's, you know, I was gonna do the Theo Von. Someone suggested the Theo Von fucking shit, and Theo Von and Chris Distefano Part 3, I think is what it was, and I couldn't find it. I don't think Joke World has a Part 3 to that, so if that's the case, I might have to look elsewhere to do more Chris Distefano and Theo Von, because I agree, they're a good duo, right? And I'd love to see more of that. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, even though I got all this dust and shit, go ahead and hit me up with some likes. And if you haven't already, what is wrong with you? You need to subscribe, because I'm running a special, and it's not going to cost you anything. It's part of the New Year's special, right? So fucking, you're missing out. 2024, your boy Chango is going to hit a rocket ship. May not seem like it, might be a janky rocket ship, but I'm fucking out of here. Your boy Chango is going to explode. And you're not going to be part of the rocket ship if you haven't subscribed. But yeah, that's all I got. You guys take care. Peace out.